I never met the devil yet, but I imagine it's a pretty scary experience. But then again, I guess that's the point.
One, two, three, four.
Welcome to the 7 Awesome Wizard Show, a show that is the best show. It isn't really quite a show, it's just us talking to the camera for 3 to 4 minutes.
Good afternoon, Wizards. It is Wednesday, and we have a fan request. Muggle394 suggested that we go through our bookshelves and tell everyone what we're reading, what we've been reading, and generally what our bookish tendencies are. So I guess I should start off by saying that that was a poem by Brian Andreas in his collection of poems called Mostly True. I picked this up at a bookstore a while back because I thought that the drawings inside were very interesting. Most of the drawings look like this. Some are better, some are much worse. But I'm not here to judge someone on their art. I really enjoyed his poems. They're very freeform and nice, and I really enjoyed that about him.
Secondly, I'm going to run you guys through my bookshelf, give you a taste of what I like to read and what's on my bookshelf.
This is my bookshelf, so I hope you like it. There's my dictionary, some Stephen King. Don't let that's a textbook, Black Sexual Politics. Artemis Fowl is one of the great books I read. The Genome Project, of course. Some more poetry. There's my bandmate guarding all of my Harry Potter. Down here, got Huck's Raft and some kid stuff, ASL, Sugumi Momo. Catch 22. That's where Angus Thong's Full Frontal Snogging goes. Let's see, I got some things I got from the library, a couple more random textbooks, lots of heavy reading down here, as you can see. Gets a little bit lighter. Got some Mother Goose, that's to help me play piano, 1984. Poisonwood Bible. There's all of my manga that I salvaged. More children's books. Japanese Study America by, got some stuff about sewing. All of my Robert Jordan books. Azumanga Daioh. Some more random whatnots over this way. These are DVDs. A Japanese textbook. Abhorsen and L'Oreal, Plato, another one of my C.S. Lewis collections, Celtic Myths, and
I have over 350 books, and I still have a couple books that I have yet to unpack because I just moved to the new apartment and I only have 2 bookshelves. So I guess I should move on to books that I'm reading now.
It's hard to narrow down like a certain genre that I really enjoy. So I just picked some that really made an impression on me and were very pleasurable to read. It's kind of a funny story. It was kind of a funny story, but it's more like, ooh, funny and not funny. This is a tale about a young man who spent some time in a psychiatric ward because he attempted to commit suicide. Very serious. Not very funny at all. Ooh, funny. It's his tale about living in the psych ward and meeting all the different individuals in there. It is very good, especially for people who have lived the life that he has with high pressure parents, high pressure expectations of a high school individual as far as his or her academic achievements and social expectations. I'm hoping that it was an autobiography and not just a story that he made up. It would make it a little bit more intense and real. I like that about books. Intensity and realism. Second, I've been trying to find a Harry Potter replacement forever. There's no replacement for Harry Potter, ever. When I went to the library and I picked up Watchmen, I also picked up The Tapestry. It follows a magical boy who has magical powers, and he discovers his magical powers via letter. Does this all sound very familiar to you? He gets whisked away to a school that's in New England. Does this all sound very familiar to you? It is his tale of how he has to save the non-magical people, Muggles, from themselves and the dark side, Death Eaters. To me, it sounded like a Harry Potter ripoff, and that's why I wanted to read it. This first book is called The Hound of Rowan, which is the academy that he goes to, Rowan Academy in New England. So check it out if you want to fill in that magical boy in a magical boarding school void in your heart. Hi, boys and girls. It's time for Wednesday Rants! Your discretion, Wednesday Rants do not entirely reflect the opinions and feelings of those of 6 people on this channel, though I think most of them would agree. I want to go through some of the crappiest books I have ever read in my whole entire life. 1. Willa Cather's Death Comes to the Archbishop. What is this? Can someone please explain to me what in the world that book was? Twilight. Many of you are anti-Twilight fans. I'm not anti-Twilight. In fact, anything that will get people into a bookstore, buying books, and reading them, I'm all gung-ho for. What I don't like is crappy writing. Crappy writing. Crappy writing. Stephanie Meyer, you can't write. Crappy writing. I hope you're watching this so that I personally can tell you that you can't write. Crappy writing. This was the worst book I have read this decade. This book was riddled with such beautiful, eloquent one-liners. And so the lion fell in love with the lamb. You're my own brand of personal heroine. Favorite line out of this book, which I didn't finish reading, turned out to also be the synopsis of the book. Listen to this. About 3 things I was absolutely positive. First, Edward was a vampire. Second, there was a part of him, and I didn't know how dominant that part may be, that thirsted for my blood. Third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. What? Great first attempt, Stephanie Meyer. Keep working on that. And while we're on the subject of Stephanie Meyer, my friend lent me her sophomore book, The Host, which is actually kind of interesting. What? I haven't read more than like 30 or 40 pages of it because it is 900 pages of BS that I just can't get through. It's about a parasite that lives inside of people. People are becoming extinct and the parasites are taking over the world. It sounds really sci-fi and cool until she wrote about it.
That's it for Wednesday's installment of 7 Awesome Wizards. Thank you again, Muggle394, for your really wonderful idea. If anybody else has any suggestions, please feel free to comment or email us, Twitter us, whatever, so that we can get your idea on the show.
Does this all sound very familiar to you?